All right, sweet. We are live now. We are 100% live. How is everyone's day going so far? How's everyone's doing? See, who we got in the chat so far? Let's see, Brandon first and only 10 hours early. Well, hey, you're first, man. If you ain't first, you're... I don't... No, we're not quoting Ricky Bobby right now. That is an excellent question, Brandon. I will be getting into that later on during the Q&A section. Gigs, what's happening, dude? What is going on? Black Brick, what's happening, dude? Joseph Keen, my man. B-Con Tex, how you doing? Bourbon Brigade, Jed Rippy, good to see all the homies. ACM, good to see you again, man. Good to see you. Always happy to have you. Guten Tag to you as well. Dark Tree, my boy. Sigma. By the way, Sigma, I got it downloaded, baby. Is downloaded. I just didn't have any time to play it, but I have it downloaded. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, I got Helldivers downloaded, so yeah, it's going to be fun when I can get that up and running. But yeah, how is everyone's day going so far? Guys, let me know that you can hear the audio just fine. Again, if I need to make adjustments, I can. Just let me know how the audio is coming in for you guys. It sounds like it's going pretty smoothly on my end, but again, if I need to make adjustments, I can. Also, if there's any sort of issues, I can usually fix them fairly quickly now. I've gotten enough tech savvy to troubleshoot issues now. I've gotten enough of that. But yeah, how's everyone's day going so far? Also, if you haven't already, make sure to leave a like on this live stream. Share this around with as many people as you possibly can. Let people know that we are going live, right? I don't need to go ahead and, remind everyone that maybe I will. Yeah, maybe I will, right? We got hella, right, opportunities for you guys to increase your odds of winning the shopping spree giveaway. Promos are right. That's the other side. It's inverted for me. The promos are on the side of me for you guys to take advantage of. So highly recommend that you do so right now during the duration of the stream. Right, but we'll get into the stream. We'll officially begin in like 3 more minutes. In like 3 more minutes. Manuel 100, sup, man? How you doing, Michael San Diego? When you Mayo Gang what's up, Mayo Gang? Like the new layout? Yeah, that's right. This new overlay that we got that I had Kev make me. I think it's pretty snazzy, man. I think it's pretty snazzy. We could definitely make some improvements where needed. There's like one thing that I wanted to go ahead and add in here, but you know what? For the time being, this definitely works. This definitely works for the time being. Super freaking cool. They need to update the server. I can't get in. Yeah, it's freaking. That's the only downside, right, with modern games, like hella updates. Unless you got like a physical copy of games, that's the only downside now. There's a whole controversy about that now. Helldivers looks sick, though. I'm glad I haven't picked it up quite yet, with all the server issues. That is something I have been hearing about a little bit as well. From what I hear, though, it isn't too bad. There have been plenty of other AAA licensed like games that have come out that have had like significant bug issues, right? Especially with servers just being timed out constantly, right? I remember Battlefield 4 when that first released. That thing was loaded with issues, man. The thing was absolutely loaded with issues. I think for the first week, it was almost impossible for you to get like more than maybe one solid match in, and that was it. Like you would start encountering issues. But yeah. We'll officially begin the stream in like 2 more minutes. In like 2 more minutes, we'll officially begin. But yeah, how's everyone's day going so far? For everyone that didn't join me during yesterday's live stream, how was everyone's weekend? Do y'all get to play some Airsoft? Y'all get to soft some air? I remember one time my dad was saying like that. Did you soft some air, son? But yeah, how was everyone's weekend going so far? Mine was pretty good. I got to, I was pretty busy, but I was able to go ahead and do something pretty fun on Sunday. Was able to hang out with the fiance. Very nice. We needed a break. Needed to do had a little romantic evening. It was very fun for us. Very, very fun. It was just nice to be able to go ahead and, kind of get a break from everything, kind of recuperate and recover for the coming week, right? Absolutely. PlayStation had connection issues, but it's a lot better with the recent update. Okay. Background look 8. Heard about the YouTube crackdown. Sorry about that. I'll pull my single upload leverage with the higher-ups. Mish, always appreciated. But yeah, YouTube has been cracking down a little bit, so we did have to kind of change a few things. But honestly, you know what? I'm digging this layout. I'm digging this. Let's see here. Yeah, it's 7:35. So why don't we go ahead and start? Just start right now. Guys, welcome to another episode of the No Flight List live stream. My name is Isaiah, and I'll be your host for today's stream. Guys, thank you so much for everyone that is choosing to spend their free time hanging out with myself and the rest of the Mayo Gang. It means the absolute world to me. But you know what means the world to me even more if you guys make sure that you like this live stream and share this around with as many people as possible. Let people know that we are going live right now. Right, promos right next to me, right? are going to be, going on for the duration of the stream. Literally starting at 7:30 when I started the stream, till the end of the stream at 9:30, right? 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. As soon as that's over, this promotion, every $50 spent receiving 5 entries in the shopping spree giveaway will be over, will be terminated, right? It will no longer exist. Adios, right? So make sure you get your orders in. And it's very simple. I'll break it down for you guys, right? For any of my newer viewers, first of all, thank you, all my newer viewers. Your viewership is always appreciated. Any $20 that you place right now, it's a qualifying order. Any $20 that you place qualifies you, enters you into the shopping spree giveaway that we do every single week. Right? I'll go ahead and link that for everyone that's maybe new to it and hasn't seen the official written rules. I'll have it down right here for you guys to go ahead and take a look as well. Shopping spree giveaway rules, right? So literally how it works. Every week we start off with a prize pot at $500, right? That's how it starts. $500 prize pot, which can go to anyone. And all you got to do in order to enter and win is place a $20 or greater order and make sure you're watching the live stream, of course, right? The live stream that we do on Thursday, our shopping spree giveaway live stream, right? Make sure you place those orders before 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and you automatically have a shot, right? We do the raffle process from there. However, if the winner is not present when we make the announcement for who the winning order number is, we end up stacking another $500 on top of that. There is a cap of $1,000, right? A cap of $1,000, which is the prize pot we're going to be raffling off this week, right? If it doesn't get claimed, we're going to go ahead and hold off until next week, right? We'll go ahead and just hold it off until next week. It'll still be at $1,000, but we'll be guaranteed to get a winner because we'll just keep calling off the name until we get one, right? But for you guys to increase your odds of winning this week's shopping spree giveaway, again, for $1,000, that's a lot of money, $1,000, all you got to do, place a $20 or greater order and you're in, but every $50 spent will be receiving 5 entries in the shopping spree giveaway. So I have nice little examples here as well. $50, you get 5 entries. You reach $100, though, that'll be getting you 10 entries. You reach $150, you get 15 entries, right? These are all extra chances for you guys to have your order numbers called during the shopping spree giveaway and be the winner. You can absolutely be the next shopping spree giveaway winner, but you got to get those orders in now while you guys can. Again, a lot of the regulars love to go ahead and place their orders during this time frame, and it works. It absolutely works. 100%. But that doesn't mean that newer players don't have a shot at winning. 100% they do. In fact, we made this new rule set specifically to cater to newer players as well. So it doesn't end up stacking on for like weeks, because this past shopping spree giveaway winner was only found after 9 weeks of stacking. It was absolutely insane, right? Now, granted, it was very, very cool and very fun when we finally found the winner, but, it did take some time for us to eventually find one. So in order to give a more instantaneous payoff, right, and for everyone to have, if you think about it, everyone gets an extra chance, technically, with this new rule set, right? We have changed the rules for you guys, so make sure you take advantage and place those orders now while you guys can. Literally anything will qualify. Airsoft guns, we're talking essentials, BBs and green gas, magazines, you name it, you're going to be able to get into it, right? And not only that, but we actually have plenty, thousands, literally thousands of products that are discounted right now on the website, which I highly recommend you take advantage of because they're going to be ending. They're going to be ending tonight. So make sure that you guys take advantage now while you can, right? 1 second. There we go. Almost there. There you go. Sweet. Right? It's very simple. It's like super simple. Actually, even the last winner of the shopping spree giveaway, that was actually his first time winning. Soybean. Hopefully he's in the chat. I hope Soybean is, right? I've been posting his the video, Soybean. If you are watching, I do appreciate that video testimonial you sent us, by the way. We've been sharing that around, dude. But yeah, if Soybean's in here, he can tell you straight up. That, yeah, literally all it takes to win is just by placing an order. So get those orders in now while you guys can. And if you want to increase your odds even more, I would highly recommend that you take a look at the Mayo Gang Airsoft pistol mystery box, right? You get your dream pistol. It only costs $120. It's a request-based box. We might be able to go ahead and get your wishes granted. But you are guaranteed to be getting 10 entries in addition to the 2024 Platinum Mystery Box as well. That'll be getting you 15. It's a preset prizes with every single prize costing more than the box itself. So, banging. Absolute freaking banging. Right? But, you guys saw the title of the stream. This is a Q&A live stream. So if any of you guys have any questions regarding Airsoft, if you're looking for product recommendations on our site, or heck, maybe you're kind of on the fence about a certain Airsoft gun and you want to pull the trigger tonight, go figure, pull the trigger, Airsoft. Anyway, I thought that was funny. If you wanted to pull the trigger on taking or buying a new Airsoft gun, but you weren't quite sure about it or what your thoughts were, or maybe you were in between two different options and you really wanted to get it tonight, hey, Feel free to go ahead and ask away for recommendations or my opinions. I've been playing Airsoft for 14 years. I never claimed to be an expert, but I definitely know a thing or two when it comes to Airsoft in general. So feel free to go ahead and ask away. Or if you guys want to ask me personal questions, you guys are more than welcome to as well. I do not mind sharing. I'm an open book. I want to hang out with every single one of you. So why don't we go ahead and officially begin, right? Before we get started, it looks like only very few, like only one person has been taking advantage of the promotion going on. Guys, get those orders in now while you guys can. Don't miss out. All right, let's keep going through. Yo, where's Soybeans video? Team Shadow Airsoft, we actually posted that earlier today on IG. It's actually on our Reloaded channel as well. And it's also as a main reel to our main Instagram account as well. I believe we uploaded that one yesterday. So make sure to go ahead and take a look at that as well. Very, very cool. Just received and been playing with my LM4D and G&G SR30 I picked from SG not too long ago. They are lovely, and I cannot wait to use them in games. Good to hear, man. I think I remember when you ordered them, Fish Stickum. I think I remember when you ordered them from us, too. That is absolutely amazing. I love to hear it, man. I absolutely love to hear it. We close to the last giveaway on the pistols. Joseph King, yeah, we are. We actually are. I think the last time I checked, I didn't get to check past this morning, but what were we at? Like 13, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. I believe we were at 13 mystery boxes for the pistol mystery box. Again, we could be a lot closer. But again, guys, the Airsoft pistol mystery box, if you guys were hoping to go ahead and score a dope Airsoft pistol, looking for that next secondary, right? Or maybe your very first, gas black pistol, or maybe even potentially, I can't guarantee anything, maybe even an SMG, I'd highly recommend going and checking out the Mayo Gang Airsoft Pistol Mystery Box. Again, it's a request-based mystery box. You put down in the notes comment section what it is you're hoping to get. Give us some inspiration, what you're looking for. We might be able to go out and grant you your wish, right? We might be able to. It's never guaranteed, but we try our damnedest to grant everyone's requests. All right, let's see here. Let's keep scrolling up. Let's see, did someone ever win the big giveaway last week? John Dillon. Okay, so last week what had happened, we were actually at a $500 shopping spree giveaway. What happened was, unfortunately on Tuesday, literally a week ago, the No Flightless live stream was taken down. While it was never 100% confirmed what exactly was the main reason for it being taken down, we have a huge suspicion, right, that it was actually the title of the stream itself that actually got us in a little bit of hot water, right? We used the GUN word in our title. And unfortunately, that was the only reason. That was the only thing that was different from that stream to every other stream that I had been doing. That one got taken down. So we're never doing that in the titles ever again. Ever again. We're never going to be doing that. So there's that, right? Lesson learned. A harsh lesson learned. DJ, what's going on, man? Darwin's Arbiter, good to see you as well. Always glad to have the homies on. Guys, do me a favor. Share this around with as many people as possible. Let people know we're going live. Hey, they want to win $1,000. All they got to do is place their orders through GI. That's literally all they got to do. Brandon Oyger, I'm playing GTA 5. I actually did like GTA 5 when it first came out, but when I play it recently, does it ever feel outdated to anyone? I don't know. If that's just me, a more personal thing maybe, but especially with the controls, something about it just feels really, really outdated. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's an old game. That game came out a long time ago, But it is what it is. It's still a fun game, though, nonetheless. I have a lot of fond memories with GTA 5. Buying my first Airsoft gun next week. Want to play soon. Soldier Son, that is absolutely awesome to hear, but I would strongly recommend, obviously don't want to put too much pressure on you, but I am going to say there are plenty of items that are discounted. Airsoft guns as well, right? We're talking major brands that are going to be ending by the end of tonight. By the end of tonight, many of these discounts are going to be expiring. So I would say, Soldier Son, especially with the promotion going on, right? Especially with the promotion going on right next to me, you definitely want to go ahead and get that order in by the end of tonight, right? Especially right now, right? Especially right now. Don't miss out, man. Do not miss out. Well, you know what happened if AK rear sight mounts work on PKMs? I think that more on a PKM? That's a good question. I want to say, oh God, I've never actually tried putting an AK rear sight on a PKM before. I don't know if they're 100% compatible. I'm going to say no for now. They very well could be. If anyone has any experience with like swapping out rear sights, let me know if they're 100% interchangeable. I didn't think so, but I could be wrong. They look similar, but I could be wrong. I'll have to get back to you on that. If anything, Jared Olson, go ahead and DM us, and we can double check for you as well. I can ask around at the shop and maybe even test it for myself, honestly. Let's see, Swift's going through. He's going through. What's the best brand for internal upgrades, barrels, buckings, etc.? TGC Elite. That is a fantastic question. Well, honestly, it really depends on what part we're talking about, because I would be very hesitant to say one brand is the best for everything. You know what I'm saying? Right? Like, and even then, just because it's labeled as one brand, does it mean that it's actually manufactured by that brand? You know what I mean? Or is that just like, their label on it and it's OEM by someone else, right? For me, for example, like if we're talking inner barrels, I think there is a best. I genuinely think that there is a best for me, for the value and for the quality of what you're getting. Unicorn Airsoft. It's no secret. We love pushing, Unicorn Airsoft because they're a damn good value, like 100%. I cannot find a better deal out there where it'll come included, like if we're talking for AEGs, right? Comes included with a bucking hop-up nub and a 603 Type 4 inner barrel, and that thing is smooth. That thing is hella smooth, right? It's hard to find something that's going to beat it, right? Especially at that value, right? So that would be one, right? If we're talking about, barrel assemblies. If we're talking about, ETUs or MOSFETs, right? That one's a very, very subjective matter, right? Some people are going to say, hey, I like going with the Gate Astro, or I like going with the Gate Titan. So for the Zynops Nebula MOSFET, there's a lot of different ones that exist out there. There are some people who say that the G&G ETU is their favorite. Very odd pick. It's not a very common opinion that I see, but hey, some people like it. That's fine. That's totally fine. Again, it really just depends on who you ask and then what particular part you're referring to, right? But it's a fantastic question, though. That's a fantastic question. He's throwing through. I've been hearing I should get Helldivers Dark Tree. Yes, you should. Yes, you should, because Sigma and myself want to start playing together, and it'd be cool maybe if we can go ahead and get, someone else joining as well. That was actually something that Sigma had brought up. What if we brought a guest in, from the live stream to actually play as well? And we'll just rotate out every once in a while. Right, we'll have like maybe Darcher, you'd be able to go ahead and join us. Anyone else that has Helldivers could join in as well, right? That'd be kind of cool. That'd be a cool idea, right? And that doesn't have to only be for that game. It can be for any game that we pick in the future once we get that stream up and going. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Give me some time. We'll get it going. All right, keeps going through. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I know I did see another question earlier, and I wanted to make sure that I answered. Okay, yes, Brandon. Yes, that was the first question. It was like the second comment of the stream. Can I use an 11.1 volt LiPo battery with my LT Proline 7-inch as an ETU? Yes, you can. Technically speaking, you can use an 11.1 volt LiPo in pretty much any airsoft gun, so long as you connect to the same. Now, whether or not you should or shouldn't, that's an entirely different question. Now, for that one, believe it or not, with the Gen 2s, even though the ETU is fairly basic, yeah, 100%. I like the Proline series. Their ETUs, yeah, they are a little bit more on the simple side, but at the end of the day, that's all you really need, right? It's cool when you have MOSFETs or ETUs that offer a lot of programmability, that offer a lot of like changeable options and features. Don't get me wrong, it's sick. It's absolutely sick, but is it a necessity? No. You know what I mean? Not really. For most players anyway, not really. You can get by with a simple ETU. As long as it's good, like reliable, and it gets the job done, that's pretty much all you really need. So yeah, using 11.1 in an LT Proline, easy. We do it all the time. In fact, we normally recommend it too. But guys, again, the promo next to my head. Not too many people have been taking advantage of the promotion. It's very, very sad to see. I really want to see people take advantage and get those extra entries into this week's shopping spree giveaway. We're only at sitting about 30-something viewers. We were sitting close to 40. But again, guys, we need your help as well. Share this live stream around with as many people as you possibly can. Let people know that every $50 spent right now will be getting them 5 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. So do not miss out and place those orders now while you guys can, especially for all those discounted items, right? Especially for all those discounted items, because those discounts are ending by the end of tonight. All right, let's see who's going through. I'm in. I'm so down. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Okay, this one's coming from also favorite tracer unit for indoor and night games. There's a lot of different tracer units, man. Like, I'll be honest, there are a lot of different tracer units. My personal favorite, like if I had to give a top 3, that's a tough one. But I would have to say probably the Ace Tech Bifrost, because that one is just so sick, right? That's just especially the heat gradation one, the ones that they did in collaboration with Lancer Tactical, those are sick. I love the heat gradation. I have the solid black one because I didn't know that those were going to be a thing. Had I known, I would have waited and gotten that one. But it is what it is. Hindsight's 2020. But yeah, I'd say the Bifrost is definitely like top tier for me. The CRD2, that one is dope. That one, like the simulated muzzle flash that it offers, yeah, it's not like you get the whole like color spectrum, but my God, that thing is so freaking bright. You pair that off with a gas blowback too. Oh, so clean, so freaking good, right? The little ports that they have on that thing, it just looks so cool. And I think for me personally, it has the brightest muzzle flash compared to a lot of other Spitfire style trace units that exist out there. I definitely think it has the brightest one. But again, that's personal opinion. And then for number 3, that's a tough one, man. Those are probably like my top 2. But honestly, you can go with something like, believe it or not, you know what my first trace unit actually was? My very first trace unit was a classic Army trace unit. That thing was powered by, it still works. I still have mine. It still works to this day. I have 4 AAA batteries that actually power that bad boy. It's hilarious. 4 AAAs, man. 4 AAAs powering it is so freaking funny. But you know what? It gets the job done. And we still have them available on the GI, right? We still have them available through Airsoft GI. I have to double check how many, but I remember for a while I saw it and I was like, I'm buying that now. And I just instantly bought it. All right, keep scrolling through. But that is a fantastic question, Fish Stickum. Jode Forbus, what's going on, man? How's your day going so far? Looking for a new rifle that is similar to a real steel AR-15, weight, 16-inch barrel. Any suggestions looking under $300? Jude Forbus, not going to lie, with that budget, it is going to be a little difficult to find one that's going to be exact weight. It's going to be difficult to find one that is going to be exact weight under $300. There are plenty of fantastic options under the $300 price point. Guns alike. Obviously, you have some options from Lance Tactical as well. They have their Proline series, that Gen 2s. But I'll be honest, for typically, like right now, I would actually, if anything, maybe say like open up, maybe get rid of the like whole real weight aspect. That way you can get some higher performance guns too. Lancer Tactical Gen 3s, for example, are a solid pick. Classic Army ECS, that would be, any of them. That either be the Nemesis series. Actually, no, none of the Nemesis series are under $300 right now. None of them are under $300 right now. But there is the MK16s. Those are solid, man. Actually, yeah, that would probably be one that I would suggest. Because you do get the ECS programmable trigger unit, solid gearbox, and yeah, it looks freaking clean. Let's see if I can find one for... Ooh, hell yeah. Okay, I don't know if it'll be... Yeah, you won't be getting the 16-inch barrel, but if you were looking for carbine length just in general, this would be one that I would highly suggest for you. There you go. Only 2 people have been taking advantage of the promotion right now. Damn, freaking sucks, man. Freaking sucks. I mean, we might just have to do away with all these giveaways altogether if this keeps going on. We did this for y'all. We did this for all y'all. We wanted to change the rules for all y'all. This is what you guys voted for. Come on now. Go ahead and show support. All right, but that is a fantastic question, Jude Forbes. That is a fantastic question. That would be the one that I would recommend, especially at that price budget. If you go up a little bit more, there might be some more options. But as is right now, yeah, it's a little tough to find exact weight and 16-inch barrel. Honestly, what you could do is also just use barrel extensions to get a longer barrel. That's another option as well. Remember, my next big purchase will be an LMG, hopefully an M249, Mark 46 type, Bourbon Brigade, a man after my own heart. A man after my own heart as well. Again, man, those are good picks. Those are solid picks. There's a lot of different options for 249s, Mark 46s as well. But yeah, absolutely, I would 100% endorse that decision as well. I'd recommend doing it now so that way you load up on those extra entries. You see how much those things cost sometimes? Depending on the brand you can get, it can be a little bit pricier, but hey, you know what? It pays off in the end because you're getting extra entries into the next shopping spree giveaway, right? Let's see here, make sure keeps going up. Any preference on rifle flashlight with pressure switch that I can find on ASGI? There's a couple different flashlights that you can check out, actually. I don't normally use flashlights too often anymore, just because at least for walk-on games, because most of the walk-on games that I do are outdoors, and I don't really ever find a need for them. Usually I'll go with a PEC box, but if I want to go with something brighter, we actually just got a ton of new accessories available on the site. These are bright ass lights as well. Let me see if I can go and find one for you. Atlas Custom Works has been pulling through and offering some really good options as well. I know that also Ranger Armory had an option that was going for what was it, $50, and it was like 500 lumens, which is actually pretty solid actually for a light for a rifle. That was not bad at all. This one's not too bad either for $54.49. Yeah, around the 500 lumen count. That's pretty good. That is actually pretty dang good as well. That one is rail mounted and it's going to come included with the pressure switch. That one's a new one that we added to the site. That one's sick. But again, it just depends ultimately what you're looking for. But yeah, if you want one with a pressure switch, that would be one that I would suggest a lot. But there's also the Ranger Armory flashlight, right? Ranger Armory flashlight. Depends on also what rail system specifically. This one is designed for M-Lock, though I believe this one might also have the mount for it so you can swap over to Picatinny as well, if I'm not mistaken. I have to double check that, but that one's also really solid as well. That one's a great flashlight. That one's a good ass flashlight. But yeah, take those what you will. Again, we have a whole flashlight section on our site as well. You can pick whichever you like, whichever one looks coolest to you. If you use enough duct tape, anything will work. Yeah, that's true, man. If you have enough duct tape, anything can go out and work for sure. All right, we got another person taking advantage of the promo. That's what I like to see. But guys, again, not too many people have been taking advantage. Again, entries have been low, which means your odds of winning that $1,000, it's $1,000 that are on the line right now. Your odds of winning $1,000 just got that much higher. So get those orders in now while you guys can. And speaking of awesome LMGs, Isaias, do you know the question of the day? Don't make me say it, you know. Again, XR Preacher, help us sell out of the MGC4s, and we keep seeing that happen consistently over and over and over again. We can see what we can do. If we get people buying MGC4s, that means we have saying power. If we have saying power, it means we can tell them, hey, make an LMG because it'll sell. In fact, I already know some guy, his name is XR Preacher, he would buy one. But we can't do that unless we sell our MGC4 lineup. So we got to make sure that the MGC4 lineup sells like that. And so that means, right, we got to make sure that we are constantly selling the Mayo Gang MGC4 lineup, right? If anything, you know what? If you guys want to see that for yourself, I would be glad to do so. I am so glad that you asked, right? Even if you didn't actually ask, I'm gonna tell you anyway. All the MGC4s are right here on the site. You want to dominate the field? If you guys are looking for a rifle that is just going to let you completely wipe the floor with the competition, MGC4, 100% of the way. 100% of the way would recommend going with an MGC4. Let's see here. Almost done with this script. Let's see. Make sure the only problem I have now is the too many replicas to choose from. I love them all too much. My MGC4 begs to be used. That's what I'm saying, man. Again, you want to dominate the field, MGC4 all the way, man. All the way. What's a good first upgrade for a TM gold match? I'm using it for indoor CQB with primary arms. Usually, before getting into any sort of upgrade or modification for any airsoft gun, bucking and inner barrel is going to be the bread and butter, man. That's going to be ultimately like the biggest thing that's going to make the biggest difference right now. I'm not joking. You ask anyone that's been playing for long enough, they will say the exact same thing. Bucking and inner barrel. Easiest thing that you can possibly do that will give you night and day improvements, right? And again, Unicorn has some amazing options. Are there other brands? Yes, but I'm going to be real. With the value and the quality that you're getting, it's not really much of a competition. So upgrade that bucking and inner barrel, my guy, and you will be set to go. You don't really need too much else, man. You don't really need too much else. Everything else is kind of like secondary, honestly. Really need that metal M249 in my box, man. I'm trying, man. I'm trying, man. Again, never guarantee, but I can see what I can do, man. I can see what I can do. Are there any metal hop chambers for tri-shot shotguns, ACM? I haven't seen one built specifically for tri-shot shotguns. I know what you're talking about. Like, it would be cool to have one because, again, they are all going to be made of plastic. But honestly, like, I actually kind of prefer it that way. They're not really that fragile. They're not really super fragile, honestly. They're actually built very well because most of them last for quite a long time. But I personally haven't seen one. I won't say that it doesn't exist, because I'm not 100% certain, but I have never, ever seen one or ever heard of one being made that is comprised of metal. That is a very good question. Oh, it looks like Bossman wants to go ahead and give us a call. Let's see here. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, you're on the air.
I know. I'm listening to. I have you on ever since. You don't have to tell me, oh yeah, you've been saying this, yada yada. I know that. You know. So, to answer XRP's question, we can't just build stuff because we got to give manufacturer MOQ, meaning there's a certain amount that we have to somewhat guarantee it will sell. So if let's say we take a project, like okay, let's build Mayo Gang LMG, okay, with Mayo Gang logo on it. Let's say the classic army LMG. Let's just say that we'll change the front to M-lock. Let's just say that. That's it. We'll just change the front. Let's just say that. Okay? They're going to require us, hey, can you guys sell 200 units or 300 units within X amount of time? If we say yes, that means we're committed to it. And if we don't sell out by that time, number one, our money is shit out of luck. Number two, they won't listen to us again. That's what Isaiah has tried to tell you. The things that we have been building, like for example, the MGC4. We try to pick like one of the most stylish rail unit, and we try to build on top of what is tried and true on the Gen 2 gearbox. And I think I just answered the other guy's question too. This guy was asking, is SIMA whatever gearbox. You know what I just noticed? That Lancer don't do. They don't do. Their marketing suck ass. They don't give out some crazy ass acronyms on the gearboxes or whatever trigger to make it sound extravagant. Man, they should just call it the Intel Pentium 5.0 Core i10 triggers or something like that.
Some catchy name that's easy to remember.
I don't know. No, I would not buy anything. This is coming out from China too, okay? I would not buy anything from SIMA, Double Eagle on their ETU. Whoever OEM them, it didn't do as good of the way they did it. The Lancer Giant Arms Nebula MOSFET, it's a little bit tried and true. It does require a magnet in the sector gear for it to work, but it don't break as much as those SIMA ETUs.
You don't believe us? Ask anyone that has a SEMA Platinum. They will gladly answer that question.
You don't just buy the SEMA Platinum and spend not $150.
My SEMA Platinum's dope once I change out the ETU.
Yeah. It's like, I love Mazda car. Let me buy that and let me put a Honda Civic engine in it. It doesn't work like that. So we will highly recommend, if you are looking into ETU, meaning you can electronically, like program your guns and whatnot, take a look at it like the Lancer Gen 3. That's probably one of the better ones. If you decide not liking how the Nebula is and you decide to go with gate, it will fit a gate without modification, unlike SIMA.
No, absolutely. No, I don't even think, though, it doesn't even really require that in the first place. I genuinely think that there is a case to be made for the Gen 3s out of the box really not requiring any sort of modification. Maybe the bucking and inner barrel, that's the one thing I would change. But even then, you can get away with the stock one. It's not a bad barrel. It's a pretty solid one as is. We've done the videos already. Again, the results are out there for you guys to go ahead and take a look at as well in terms of its quality. Like, we've literally had to burn a Gen 3, plug in a battery that was not meant for it, and the only thing that gave out after all that, dropping it, running it over, lighting it on fire, dunking it in water, was the motor that gave out. Once we swapped out the motor, the electronics still work. We still have that gun from that video, that same video. We still have that in the marketing office. Actually, no, it's on display. We have that literally on display in the front, and it still works electronically. That ETU still functions just fine.
Right? So I think that system is pretty robust. It's tried and true. It's not, it doesn't, you don't need a Bluetooth to go in there and like an app on your cell phone to go in there and, program it and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You can simply program it from the trigger.
Yeah, you don't have to plug it into like a computer or have to like connect via Bluetooth. Those things are cool. Don't get me wrong. That's a very cool feature, right? Like it's crazy that we live in a day and age where we can pull up our phone, turn on Bluetooth, right, and just go through an app, and we can set all the settings and just program it all through a phone, like through a smartphone. That's really cool. Like that's some sci-fi shit if you really think about it. But is it just that it's something that we actually need? You know what I mean? Like, does the average airsofter truly need that? And how often do they really go in there and use it? I'm sure there are people that do. I've seen people do it. I'm sure there are people that do, but realistically, is your average, everyday walk-on player going to be constantly like tinkering with the settings, especially when most fields don't even allow for full auto in the first place? Anything other than semi? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So someone was asking what good M4 do you recommend?
What I think they're asking, what high-end M4 would you recommend for a
I
long
know
term?
that.
I'm just answering. I'm just reading the question properly, man. What high-end M4 would you recommend for a long-term gun? This comes from Status Quo. In terms of high-end guns, I mean, the obvious answer is MGC4. The obvious answer is an MGC4, right? Like, obviously, like, you don't want to go in and like repeat ourselves, sound like a broken record, but I mean, that's just going to be the ultimate option that's going to let you dominate the field. And just the results alone speak for themselves. You can ask anyone that owns one. Yeah, they're going to say the exact same thing. They wipe the floor with the competition. We got to choose the internal parts that went into that bad boy. It gives you literal high-end performance that beats out a lot of other high-end guns, but at a mid-tier price budget, because now we've got a day and age where a high-end gun, quotation marks, right? High-end gun, you don't really get one until you start spending minimum like 350,
No,
400.
Stop right there. Stop right there, okay? Let me ask you something. If you are a prince from Saudi Arabia, what is a high-end AEG for you?
I mean, that you don't really know, because if you don't know airsoft, then you're not going to know what the actual like sort of.
No. You're gonna try to find the most expensive thing, and you're gonna assume that it's high end. So the reason why I took out the word high end is because it's kind of like it's it's not saying it's good or not. Like, for example, MGC4. I don't think the price is that. We priced it at high price, but can it outshoot a high-end gun? Yes. You understand now?
Yes, but my thing is this also too, though. Like, would you say that then that that's the case? If high end doesn't exist, then okay, then like would you say that the MGC4 shoots the same as a Gen 2?
Again, like let's say you're a prince from Saudi Arabia. You're like, boss man, I'm on fire. I don't know how to do Middle Eastern accent, but
Don't do that again, because that was too funny. That sounded more like Fat Albert.
yeah, or something like that, or
I get the idea. They're gonna go for something that like seems expensive just outright.
You're gonna be like, may I suggest you the system of PTW? You understand what I mean? That word right there is kind of how should I put it? It depends on how you want to put it. High end meaning higher end on the performance wise, or higher end on the price, or higher end on the exterior. You understand what I mean? And nowadays, if somebody told me, hey, Crytek has one of the best exterior, I'm gonna say, excuse me, you must be living in 2013. I'm not kidding you. KW probably have just as good with newer look. So is Zion Arms R15 and all that kind of stuff. So is our MGC4, correct? But when I say, I kind of changed the question to what is a good AEG, good M4 AEG, it opens up way more like, imagination. Because what exactly is high end? Let me ask you. It's kind of stuck right there, right? Oh, is it just the price? Can price be like, for example, if we're going to talk about COVID era price, everything got jacked up 25 to 30%. I heard Crytek was even crazier. So would that consider high end if they don't drop the prices then? Right? You understand what I'm saying? Or
No, I get it. No, I get it. Like again, I'm just saying technically, or like most of the time when people usually ask for high end, from what I've seen, at least in our chats and what people ask me in storefront, they're usually talking about performance. Now they might be misconstrued, right, and think like, oh, because it has metal, it has better performance. They might think externals, but usually high end is always going to typically refer to the performance at the end of the day. You still there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Typically, that's what I've noticed. Most people are going to ask like, okay, what is best like high end? Yeah, because there are like the things where it's like, yeah, they'll think metal means better, right? They'll think, oh, it's a high price tag in general. That means it's obviously going to perform better. They don't really even know about licensing. Heck, some people still think that like because something is a HK, right? Like it's a licensed HK replica, they'll think, oh yeah, HK made this one. Or we get the question a lot. What do you think of HK airsoft guns, right? And we got to let them know, like, well, technically speaking, HK doesn't even make airsoft guns. They make pretty expensive and good quality real guns, but not airsoft, right? Those are licensed guns. So then we get into the very specifics. But yeah, whenever I hear the term high end, I'm usually going to be referring to, for everyone that's new, I'm going to be referring to specifically performance, because that's like the most important thing at the end of the day. Now, you might not care about performance and you're just going for looks. That's totally okay as well, right? But then usually people would say like, okay, what's the best looking M4? You know what I mean? What's the best looking AR-15 that you would have, right? Because that will definitely change my answer. That'll definitely change the answer.
So there you go. My answer to that question is NGC4. It has best of every world. Performance, look, affordability. Okay? So, can you say that by, coining it's a high end? Yeah. Even though it's not high end price.
No, I get it. There is another one he responded back as well. He's saying, so I started with Eve 9. I want to get a gun I love, and let that be what I pour energy and money into, and I am willing to spend the money to make it last. Well, status quo, that's the thing too. It's another thing as well, where it's like, is it truly then high end if it requires more money to be put into it in order for it to last? You know what I mean?
So if it's like, if the money is not an object, let's just say that, okay, and if you're playing style, you're a responsible player and all that kind of stuff, I would just recommend you to get the Wolverine.
I guess, yeah. I mean, he said AEG earlier, but sure.
Right? I mean, most of the AEG, it depends on how you want to look at it. Like, for example, when we build the MGC4, you literally, let's say if you get the MGC4P+, you literally just leave it alone. It will last you forever. And you will dominate the field. You get crazy amount of kills. And there's another guy asking, he just wanted to know, he had a Lancer gave him a bad taste of mouth. Isaiah, I give you some intel earlier today. Can you tell people how many Lancer Gen 2 Lancers sold last year?
I don't remember the exact number, dude. It was insane. It was an insanely high number. It was like hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, 120,000 units. Okay, 120,000 units. You will run into limits. Okay, you will run into limits. But does that mean Saima built robust, unbreakable gun? No. I would think Saima and Lancer are both reputable companies, and they all have, I would say, acceptable failure rate. There's no way to have, bulletproof guns. Like, for example, NGC4, the reason why we're very comfortable selling it is we know factory tested once when it gets here, we test it again. That's why, so far we sold over, I would say we're close to 600 units now. Very, very, very low failure rate.
Yeah. No, because we're literally double QCing and doing half the QC ourselves at this point. And even then, though, like you said, there's no way, 100% way to get like a foolproof. We even said it right, like ourselves, right? If you look at the actual like rate, like percentage wise of how many like guns from, let's say, we'll say it all, right? Like LT versus like VFC, right, or Crytek, or anyone else that's like one of these really expensive guns, right? One of these really expensive guns that you would assume as a new person, right, that they would just be like, yeah, they're never gonna fail. It's like, no, they have the same exact percentage as every other gun. It's just you don't might not hear about it because so many people order like a Gen 2 LT, right, when they're getting started because, hey, it's way more affordable. It's not going to cost an arm and a leg.
So back to his question, I would strongly recommend taking a look at the Lancer Gen 3. Lancer Gen 3 LT32 to all the way to LT36. They're all very stylish and, affordable. Right? And let's say if you want to look at ones that look like Navy SEAL guns, look at the LT34.
Yeah, the Archon series. Yeah, the Archon series. Those are good looking guns. I was surprised that not too many of those moved in general. Again, most likely just due to the fact that, like, Lancer, you said it best, they have really terrible marketing. They really, really do, right? They didn't really do anything in terms of trying to push their Gen 3 Archons, right? Or a lot of the cooler looking Gen 3s. Because most of the people, when they see them in store, they're like, oh, that's really sweet. I kind of want that gun, right? And they, as soon as they feel it and they hear about the performance, they're like, yeah, I want this. Right, because it looks good. It's a good looking gun. I just don't know why they didn't really jump on that to like really like push that, because that thing is sick.
Isaiah, what are the two new guns from KWA? The Q10 or something?
Yes, the Q10 and the M10. Both of them are fantastic guns. My personal favorite would be the Q10 though. Between both of them, the M10
has been out of stock forever, my dude. So take a look at the Q10 and M10. They're pretty much the same thing. Different rail system.
The Q10 though is different because that one actually offers the electronic recoil, which is, oh my god, that's so freaking cool. And it's similar to
that is the T10.
The T10 did offer that, but the Q10 is like this newer version, obviously different rail system. Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah, and what I like about the Q10 more, and I'll link this here for everyone to see because this gun is dope. The Q10 is super freaking sick because just like the original ERG that KWA came out with way back in the day, where it has magazine cutoff, where meaning as soon as your magazine runs dry, you are not going to be getting an electrical response from the gun. You need to go ahead and put in a brand new magazine or refill that same one, reinsert it, hit the bolt release, and then you are good to fire again. It is so freaking cool. It's so freaking sick. I love this gun.
So, Michael San Diego, your question is what are compatible Mac Bryans for Pit Vipers and besides TM? Actually, a lot. Golden Eagle,
Army Armament.
Golden Eagle Mac, Army Armament Mac. I mean, the OEM is Army Armament.
Pretty much like any like TM spec high kappa magazine will work with it. Obviously, some like work better than others, but as far as just compatibility wise, yeah, they all work. We've tested a lot of different brand magazines and they all work. He was also asking, are you guys restocking more SFC9 mags? Because I think I took the last one from the site.
When they have it, we'll have it.
Yeah, when our distributors are able to get some more, we can definitely go ahead and bring in more, man.
When G&G has it, we'll have it.
Yeah, I was looking for the ERG 3.0 features. Yeah, man, flash fish stickers. That's the thing, man. That Q10 like is phenomenal. Like we did the video on it. Make sure you guys check that video out and you like it and share it around, of course. Right, always appreciate it. That video, like, it was so much fun getting to mess around with the Q10. That's a fun gun, man. That and like the T10 was cool. But that was the one thing I think it missed was the mag cutoff. Because that just, most guys that want to go for that electronic recoil, they are trying to go for introducing a little bit more, I don't want to say realism, but yeah, I'll say realism. They do want to introduce a little bit more like realism into their gameplay, right? So having ERG with the mag cutoff is just like chef's kiss all the way through.
So with the gun you just mentioned, the Q10, right?
Yeah.
I think it's somewhat of KWA's answer to MK18. Somewhat.
To a Mark 18? Yeah, I could see it. It's definitely got that SBR look to it for sure.
So, we will suggest you take a look at that. That's one of their newest one. T10 has literally been short on supply since last summer, and they never corrected.
Yeah,
so I'm assuming that they're building all this newer, the Q10 and the M10. That's why.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's why they have it, and it looks good. I think the T10 didn't look bad. I think it was a good looking gun, but
It's
this,
very futuristic.
yeah, this one I think does like kind of it's a little bit old school, a little bit more classic, which I do prefer anyway. Which is definitely more of my vibe, more at the end of the day. Yeah, yeah, the T10 is the one. Yes, yes, Fish Dickinson. The T10 did not have the mag cutoff. That was the one gripe we all had about the T10, unfortunately.
So yeah, may we suggest you take a look at the new M10, right? That's what you're talking about, or Q10.
Q10. The M10 is it uses an M-lock rail and it doesn't have the ERG, unfortunately. That's like I don't know why they did it. They could have made.
I know.
It's like
The funny thing is, I would put the ERG on the M-lock.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like the I don't know why they didn't just make that same version, the Q10, but with again M-lock. You could have called it the M10 too. It would have been fine. It would have been fine. You didn't have to change the name or anything. You could have kept the same gun. Just swap the rail. That's it. And it's not like they're not interchangeable. It's the same upper receiver.
So, Michael, you want to get the Wii 50 round mag for it? Yeah, it should work.
Yeah.
It should work just fine.
Honestly, if you were looking for those extended magazines, let me see if I can find it. Because
the TTI one should still be
yeah,
stock, right?
that one should, I believe, so. That one sells out pretty quickly, though. The TTI magazine. Let me see if I can link it for him as well. But yeah, that magazine is my absolute favorite magazine to recommend because that thing it's a 42 rounder, so obviously it's not going to be as much as 50, but that thing is incredibly efficient, more so than the TM mags, because I know a lot of people will say, if you're looking for the most efficient magazine, go with TM brand mags are the most efficient. I don't know about that anymore, to be honest.
No.
Extended magazine.
Acting manufacturer, the TM mags, their spec is not built for green gas anyway.
Yeah, they're meant for duster gas.
A lot more leaks.
Mm-hmm.
Much sooner.
But then again, it's probably like the same thing with people who own like freaking SEMA Platinums, right? They're like, yeah, my TM mag is like the best, most efficient mag. I bought this, and then I also changed out the freaking the gaskets and everything. It's like, well, is it even the same gun? Is it even the same magazine anymore?
Mm-hmm. I really think this is all comes down to. I might be wrong, but let me ask you something, okay? Isaiah, let's say if you're a new player and you walk into, I would say, M1, the field down the street from us.
Yeah.
Okay. You walk into M1, and you're a talkative guy. You love making friends and all that kind of stuff, but you're new. Okay, so you walk in there with your Lancer box. No gun bags, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And you walk in there with, you don't even have, you have cargo pants and sweaters.
Like old school first time player.
You got 2 mags and you put in your sweater pocket.
Sure.
Okay? And you got one of those, generic face masks. $20. Let's just say that.
Okay, all right.
You walk in there, and you start talking to people and whatnot. If people's like, ew, Lancer, that's a newbie gun, how would you feel?
Oh, I would feel like crap, especially if that's my first time. Yeah, I'd feel like crap. I'd feel like, oh, they're like everyone's making fun of me. Like, why are they making fun of me? Why are they making me feel bad? Like, this is what I can afford.
However, this is where I'm gonna be telling you guys. I almost wanted to bet that if you take a Crytek CRB, not upgraded, okay, not upgraded, compared to a Lancer, let's say a Gen 2, you use the same battery, do you think you will yield almost the same result?
I would take it a step further that I would say, from what we've seen, I would get even better performance with the Lancer than I would get the Crytek. And it's not really a surprise.
Why would you say that? No, back it up. Why would you say that? Back it up. Back up your reasoning.
Okay, so we're just talking range and accuracy first. If we're just talking range and accuracy first,
okay,
right? Does the Crytek already come included out the box with as good of a barrel setup as? Not saying that the Lancer is like freaking amazing. Like it's unicorn levels of like smooth. Of course not, right? There's a reason why the unicorns are so much better.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're just comparing stock pound for pound, the Lancer does shoot better. It already has a 603 Type 4 inner barrel. It's going to shoot farther. It's going to shoot more accurately, and dare I say, even more consistently. Right. What happened?
No, I'm just telling the audience. You guys are hearing how you will back up your claim.
Yeah,
you will speak the truth.
Yeah. No, of course, right? Like, not saying that the Crytek doesn't shoot well. Of course it does. It's a well built gun. Even though it is incredibly outdated, like it is still a well built gun. No one's denying that. But if we're just comparing we're talking performance only. Yeah, then I would 100% give it to the Lance for that. Now, using the same battery, in terms of rate of fire, I don't know. I don't know if which one takes the edge, but I'll say this: how many fields are realistically going to allow full auto anyway?
No, well, let me put it like this. I'm talking about CRB as that is their lowest denominator on their metal gun, right?
They have. I don't know if they still do it, but they do their Alpha series.
They don't have that plastic anymore.
No, it's not plastic. It's a metal one. It's called the Alpha series. Their Trident series.
Alpha. Okay, the Alpha. Let's say the Alpha. I'm gonna tell you the internals on the Lancer Gen 2 versus the Alpha. You're not gonna see much. The spec wise will be very similar, but so now going back to my point, even though it shoots the same, similar to a stock, we call it the more notoriety brand gun. Automatically, people is gonna feel like shit, and even though the gun is not gun's fault, it's actually how it got perceived fault. It has a lot more human factor behind it. It has nothing to do with the tool. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I get it. Like, again, like, it's just, what were the expectations for the gun out the box?
No.
Yo, good?
I think Isaiah, I'm trying to tell you, the reason why Lancer is getting a bad name a lot of time has nothing to do with the gun itself.
Yeah, no, again, that's what I said. That's the way it's like marketed or lack thereof. Again, people thought, right, when they first got it, like, if we're going way back when, if we're taking a time machine back to like their Gen 1s, like, yeah, right, like, for the money, believe it or not, as much like shit as we're talked about, and maybe people had bad experiences with them, for like at the time, for a super cheap, really easy way to get into airsoft, you know what I mean? Like, was it really the gun's fault? You know what I mean? That you were expecting this to have the same level of performance, I would say, as something like a Crytek when those were around, or a VFC, or a KWA. You know what I mean?
So the way I see it is perception. When newbies walk in with Lancer guns, they get laughed at. That's why they're like, I don't want to get laughed at. You understand what I mean?
No, of course.
So, number one, you may feel like shit playing airsoft, or the guy's like, hey, you know what? You should go buy this. This is, I heard, is LiPo ready. It has Eon, whatever system, whatever laser, whatever correct, I don't know, crazy super motor that can power a V6 engine. I don't know.
Okay. Power V6 engine. That's a new one.
End up being the same. Shit like that. No. I'm trying to tell you and then the audience, really, if your gun, I don't even care if it's UK Arms or any other brands. If it shoots like laser, if it functions well, who gives a crap? You're there to lay BBs down on someone's back. Okay? As long as your gun can do that, who cares what the other guy, just go get a Crytek. Get a Crytek.
Oh,
No.
You don't understand, Walt. You don't understand. Apparently, for most people, it's a clout competition. It's a fashion show. You got to show up with the very specific name brand, freaking tack gear and gun to go with it. Otherwise, you're not cool, apparently.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. I think that's kind of, I get it. if you walk onto the say, you know, I play golf, right?
Yeah, yeah.
If you walk onto a course with your buddies and all that kind of stuff, and you sound a really like 20 years old, uh, let's say driver, but then because you have natural ability, you can hit it just as far as guys with the most up to date driver. Who cares?
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's all the skill anyway.
Right?
It's
So,
supposed to be. It's supposed to be based off skill. And I've seen guys literally. I've seen kids like first timers on fields get like actual legit like kill streaks. We are talking streaks, as in back to back to back. Like they are getting kills left and right. They are surrendering multiple groups of people that haven't been pushing up. That's happened to me. It happened to me. And the kid was rocking like literally the most bare bones basic like Specna arms like CO2 model, like the very basic M4A1 like CQBR, right? He had no accessories on there, still orange tip. He had the paintball mask and everything. And you know what? He got the kill on me, man. He got the kill on me 100%, and I gotta give him credit. He killed me. He killed Boaz. He killed all my friends because we were in one group moving around a little too slowly, and he got the drop on us. He did this bang bang rule, and he killed us all. That takes skill, man. That takes skill. That earns
right?
more respect.
So, beside the skills, I think guns repetition is fairly important. I don't believe Lancer built bad guns. I just think they sold so much. So, it's just like a restaurant. If you have 120,000 reviews on Google, you're probably going to have 500 1-stars.
Does that mean does that mean that 500 people said it was bad, so therefore it's automatically bad? Like, okay, yeah, 500 out of how many? What is the ratio? Literally, what is the ratio? If you were to take up the number and divide it up and divvy it up, right? What exactly are we talking about? Like one in or percentage wise, right? Okay, so like these people had a bad experience. If you add that up, it's like, oh, there's a 0.1% chance or 0.1%. You know what I mean? Like it's probably a very low number that we're looking at realistically.
Right. So, yeah, like some people are saying, like Lancer is kind of like the Toyota and the Camry. I will agree. They also, on some of them, like I was on the other day, I was telling, okay, this is the interesting things that may change. The Gen 4, you know how it comes with the gay Uster and a whole bunch of mumbo jumbos in there.
Yeah, yeah.
And the way they priced it at 360 to 370, I was like, this might sound weird, but I hope you guys are listening to this, okay? My number one thing to Lancer was I just hope people will buy it because they know it has great internal, it has great performance and all that kind of stuff, instead of griping about the name. Because I think this would be Lancer's most expensive AR. It comes with everything that a tech will want to build on. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I was just telling her the name is gonna be the only thing that might hamper the sell. Okay, why I say that is because now you're building you are known to be Toyota. You're known for Camry, but now you're coming out with your gun now is kind of like the Lexus, kind of like the Mercedes Benz. You understand what?
They're in one sort of like market. They're catering towards one type of market, and now they're coming out with this new model that is essentially more of a, again, we don't want to use the term higher. You didn't like the term higher end, but more of a, what it is, right? It is a luxury brand. It's going to come included with all these like features, these new bells and whistles right from the get go. You hope people are cool with that, right? And you're not gonna not be able to hit the target audience that they're hoping for.
So that alone, I was telling her, it's not the gun's fault. It's not. It's the perception. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
people don't mind spending the extra money on airsoft guns in general, but it depends on like what they perceive the gun to be or what their expectations are, right? People who know that like okay, like they want to get an MCX, for example. They don't care about the price tag because they want the MCX. They want that flex. They want to be able to have that nice luxury like name to it with it as well, right? Versus yeah, with a Lance Tactical, which they make I think they make fantastic guns, right? They do, right? That's why we paired with the MGC4 with it, but right, that's not something that you would normally expect for like high end, like again, not high end, but like I guess top echelon of like airsoft guns with in terms of performance and features.
right, so I was telling her, hopefully you guys will do a lot of marketing push. You know, make sure you guys push hard. Like this is not.
This is not your
How
mom
should
and dad's Lancer Gen 2.
you
This is
can't
Gen
really
4.
say that, but you can't really say that, but call judge the book by don't judge the book by its cover. You know, make sure you guys test it out first. I actually think, however, they try to work down the internal is what a lot of people get. It's the feedback that they're taking in. So in a way, they are taking a lot of feedbacks from all the players and all the stores that's telling them, hey, you should build this way and that way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I hope people will be like, yeah, Lancer is no longer just a beginner's brand. They're able to cater to everyone.
No, I like it. Yeah, no, I like it when a company does that. I applaud, them trying to go for different, I guess I don't want to say clients, different types of airsoft, different niches, different types of players. I do appreciate when companies do that. I applauded, when KWA came out with their KO series, their KWA originals. I loved that because now we're getting KWAs again that are new, great quality, great performance from the get-go that cost under $300, which for KWA at the time, they haven't really been doing for a while, right? They had some more kind of affordable stuff, but they haven't really been focusing on that. So having a whole new lineup that was meant to be affordable and competitive out the box was awesome. Same thing when Classic Army, when they dropped their ECS models, right? Their skirmish lineup, that was amazing, right? I absolutely love that too. And I like that Lancers now kind of branch out and trying to go for that more kind of top echelon, high tier of airsoft guns in terms of what they're offering. I think that's really cool, especially since they are indeed listening to the feedback that they have been given. For them, it's been an uphill battle. We can admit that for them, it has been an uphill battle, especially because you said it best. They really don't do a good job in marketing themselves. So I think if anything was to be the downfall of the Gen 4, it'd be that.
So my key point on that is, I don't think they're not doing a good job selling it. It's just their market is majority dominated by new players, and just like what someone in the chat was saying, a lot of new players going to make user errors. So Darwin, he's talking about it.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it's not really the gun's fault; it's the user, and it's a lot easier to blame on the subject than the person who used it himself, right?
Yeah.
Just like, I do believe we have, like for example, the gun control thing. Guns don't walk down the street and start shooting at people, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it. It's the whole argument. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. No, I get it.
Right. And like for example, the Gen 3, it's already. I think the Gen 3, and it will fit the Camry analogy much better. It offers. The price isn't high, but it has almost everything in there. You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Gen 4 is just kind of like, the Lexus, the EX, something like that. Like basically a very, very high-end Camry, but It has a different name, different look.
Just more. It's got a little bit extra, you know. I get that. I think it's cool that they are doing it, and it is going to be a little hard. You're right. It is going to be a little hard for them to sell that when their main clientele is beginner players, new players, right? That is going to be a little bit pricier, but I still think that if they uphold on their end and really push that hard and make sure that that image of like, hey, this is the next step, right? This is, you know, for those that want even more from their airsoft guns, right? Who want to have that, have a little bit of higher standards per se. If you want to, I don't want to say it sounds like it's a bad connotation, but you get what I'm saying. Have higher standards for what they want from their airsoft gun. Yeah, that's going to be something that they're going to have to look into because this Gen 4, honestly, at that price point, when you told us how much those things were going to cost, I was actually shocked. I thought it was going to be more. I genuinely thought it was going to be a lot more.
Right. So let me walk back on some certain things. Like, for example, Norwich, their SR4.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming out from the same place as Lancer. The Specnars, they're coming out from the Lancer, but how come they're not getting as much gripe about it? The discrepancy on the sold volume is so big. You're going to hear a lot, again, going back to what I'm saying. If this restaurant has a 4.8 star, but it has 120,000 reviews and yet 501 stars, maybe if you're just going in there to look for shit, you're going to look for the 1 stars. Matter of fact, you're overlooking that 120,000 other reviews. You understand what I'm saying?
No, of course.
And like, I'll give you another example. Let's say Gen 2 LT25 alone. LT25 alone, okay? Let's say Gen 2 LT25 alone. All the color combined, probably outsold every single Taurus gun in the United States.
Yeah.
By far.
That was a lot.
By far.
And I love how, too, it was that one specifically, the Interceptor, which we all thought was, like, one of the more not as good-looking offerings that they had. But for some reason, that's the one that sold the most.
Yeah. So, you know, again, I hope this will help you guys understand what you should look at when you, let's say, you're looking at the high-end guns. Let's just say that. What high-end you're looking at, right? You're looking at the performance, you're looking at the exterior, and you look at the overall price. You know, we kind of have to look at guns like that.
The rubric.
Like, for example, I'll give you a prime example on this, okay? The Taurus BP19, the limited edition, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say if they continue pumping out that same gun with the same thing, taking out the limited edition part, I think that gun is overpriced.
Yeah. I would say so.
Yeah. But because it's simple the fact that there are only 500 available throughout the whole world, and that's spread through all the models, okay? That makes it worth it.
Well, that and also, too, go for it.
It comes with a lot of cool stuff in it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. This is not a standard like Arcturus setup that you would normally get from all their other lineups. This has like the works. The PE models that you're referring to, those limited edition ones were insane when they dropped. And yeah, they were expensive. Absolutely they are. But you're right. Them being limited edition definitely kind of helps add to one, the mystique and their value. Really, at the end of the day, it definitely makes it worth it when something is like, hey, this is not going to be a forever thing. This is going to eventually sell out. And when it does, it's not coming back.
Yeah. So, I believe Taurus is coming out with another one that looked very similar to the limited edition, correct?
Yes, it's going to be the exact same externals for these new models, but they're going to be offered in the FE variation. So, instead of coming included with the parent MOSFET, they're going to come included with their new in-house ETU. This one is going to be programmable as well. But it's going to be an in-house one. It's not going to be the parent MOSFET like some people were asking. It's not going to use the 13-to-1 gear set either. It's going to be using 18-to-1s, and it is going to be using a newer 21 TPA motor.
Right?
Yeah. Though that I remember when I had to look up the catalog, that was like the biggest things or the biggest differences between the externally though. You are getting the exact same gun. Externally, you are getting the exact same gun, which is cool because those guns actually do look very good, like really good.
So, as you can see, that gun is selling at what, $200 less, about, just about.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah. Then I actually think that's very worth it too. Then it still comes with same gear set, correct?
18 to ones, not 13 to ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be slightly, ever so slightly.
My thing is again where it's like it was. Don't get me wrong.
Actually, the motor is gonna help its response. So
Exactly.
you're probably not gonna see a big drop off.
Like even then, it was like okay, 13 to one gear set, cool. Where can I go full auto? Maybe a Milsim event if they allow it, but maybe select fields. But very rarely do you get the ability to even use burst fire, unless it's again like the PP19s, right, where it's like SMGs. I know Wildlands has that rule. Maybe some other fields too, where if it's a PCC or an SMG, and you
Even
can
though it's a carbine.
even though it's a carbine length, yeah, even if it's a carbine length, as long as it's pistol caliber and it's you have the ability to program it, not just like hold down the trigger in full auto for like a second or two. It has to be programmed into the gun, then you'd be allowed to use it. But very rarely, it depends on the ref too.
I see. So yeah, to me, see that gun with the nice exterior with a robust internal, but the price, I think it's worth it. You understand what I mean? Because it's such a niche looking gun. Not every manufacturer is putting out same style of gun.
Mm-hmm.
No,
No,
what I mean?
yeah, I get it. There's not too many. I mean, granted, we're seeing more and more now. We are seeing more options for like PP19s, PP20s coming out. But in general, like I would be hesitant to say that the PP19 is as popular, recognizable, or as good selling as say just like your standard AK or dare I even like an AR, right? Like God no, those like just the standard AK and AR like basic profile like guns are going to be way more popular and way more in demand than say a PP19, right? Even though I pretty think we can all agree the PP19s and PP20s are cool as hell. Those are some cool ass guns. I love looking at them. They're cool, man. But yeah, they're definitely not gonna. I don't see them on the field anywhere near as often as I see just like an AR or just like a basic AK.
Yeah. So going back to another interesting gun, the LCT with the gate.
Yeah, the new LCTs. Honestly, some of them look really cool, especially with the new M-Lock furniture.
Right. I think it looks good.
No, absolutely. I want to be able to. I wish we could have like shot more of those guns when we went to distributor and we got to handle a lot of those guns and show them off to people. I wish we could have shot all of them, including the Gen 4 and those LCTs. That would have been really really cool. But it wasn't meant to be. Unfortunately, it was not meant to be. But yeah, that's another thing too. Like we're seeing that. I think nowadays, and whenever we see like a new gun that comes out with like an ETU of some kind, if it's not an in-house ETU, I feel like more and more of them are slowly just gravitating towards the Gate Aster.
So, well, doesn't the pre-run, Perun, however you name it,
Perrin.
don't they offer more than the Gate Aster?
Yeah. I think okay, it depends because apparently the current model of Gate Aster that's being used is different from the basic one that we all know. So the original like Perrin, yeah, the original Perrin MOSFET was like, it was pretty basic, pretty lackluster. For what you were spending, you could have just spent $20 more and you could have gotten the Titan. But yeah, currently I think the Aster that they're using is like the what is it SE Expert or something Aster. That a lot of guns are coming included with. Even the HKM 110, it has like it's supposed to be the better version of the Aster installed in it as well. As far as the exact differences, I'm not 100% certain. I just remember a lot more people falling or having favoritism over for the Perrins over the Asters. Now, granted, times have changed. It's been a couple years. Maybe perception of the Aster has gotten a lot better. But I remember when the Aster first came out. That there was a lot of people who just weren't really digging it, who said it was just kind of disappointing.
Isaiah, you see Prime Text question? Maybe we can ask, just call Andy on it. talking about the Cat PCC is on their Discord advertised it has a Neo Magnet 25K motor.
Yeah, but he's saying the one in his definitely was not a Neo Magnet.
So,
Yeah, we can ask Andy. Yeah, we can ask our boys at MOS like, hey, what's the exact motor that's supposed to be in this one? Yeah, we can definitely do that for you, Prime Tech. That's not a problem. So I wouldn't see the thing in your Discord. I don't know. I didn't see it as a DM. But yeah, we can definitely answer that. Astra has more features than Perrin, and now the X.
no, the extra entries you can get on it right now.
Yeah, they're going on right now. I have the thing right next to me, man. Remember, every $50 spent, you'll be receiving 5 entries in the shopping. That's been active this whole time. That's been active this whole dang time. There's a reason why it's still up here because you can take advantage of it right now. Again, that's going till 9:30. You got how much is that? 39 more minutes left of the stream before we close out and before these promotions end, guys. So just saying. He was also adding the Aster does have more features than the Perrin, and now the expert firmware is no longer DLC. Okay, yes. Thank you. Okay, thank you for explaining that, Prime Tech. Yes. So now the Aster does have more features than the Perrin right now. I think maybe also because I remember that if back in the day, again, this was years ago when the Aster was first like out, the Aster did have some problems as well. Just for whatever reason, just I don't know, man. I think a few of them were just had QC problems or something, and a lot of them were sent back. I think maybe that kind of left like a bad like taste in a lot of people's mouth. You know what I mean? Like that was just like, oh, never again. Which I get, I do understand that, but I think the Aster's pretty cool right now. I think that the fact that they're like, it seems like they've listened. It seems like they've listened. I haven't seen an Aster come back in years, literally years. I have never seen an Aster with problems anymore. So hey, whatever it was, they most likely fixed it.
Mm-hmm. I hope this kind of talk, like, I think today's talk is more talking about perception and a lot more technical. I hope this don't bore people. What do you guys think?
I think some people who find it interesting definitely find it very interesting. I think it's harder for more newer people to like kind of. Oh, apologies. I'm gassy right now. I think it's harder for newer people maybe to keep up because again, like they just like, oh god, like there's so much information to process, and we're throwing around a lot of terms that maybe they don't know. But I think the people that are aware are able to like again. I think they do appreciate this more than anything because they're the ones that want to know. You know, especially guys like Prime Tech, Casper, and a lot of guys like our regulars. They like knowing a lot of this stuff because again, it's good to know what's happened behind the scenes and what exactly is like being put into their airsoft guns that they're buying.
Mm-hmm. Those the double entry don't double up. Let's say if you spend 150 and you get 15 inches, it doesn't double that up. Double entry is only for guys that let's say they're not listen. They bought something in between this yesterday midnight to before the stream starts or after the stream ends. They get double. Whatever the interest special that Isaiah's giving out, that supersede everything. So let's say if you pick up something like, let's say it's Cisco's mystery box, you get 15. You don't do 15 times 2.
Yeah. No, think of it this way. Like, anyone that places a qualifying order right now, yeah, they're going to be getting 2 chances automatically of winning the shopping spree giveaway. That's for the duration of the day, right? That's how we're doing it. But you get up to that 50, instead of just getting 2, which you ordinarily would anyway, right? You're going to be getting 5 entries. So, again, that's the better deal right now. If you were to order Cisco's mystery box, Cisco's mystery box is 3 or no, it's 2.
The first one. The YouTube one's 170 something, 160.
Oh no, he's asking about Cisco's box. Like, because the 5 entries or the 5 per 50. So with Cisco's box, Cisco's private collection, yeah. Cisco's private collection mystery box retails for $200. So you will be getting 20 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. Yeah, you'll be getting 20 chances of winning Joseph Keen, 20 chances of winning $1,000, and that goes for anyone, right? Literally, think multiples of 50. You'll be getting 5 per every multiple. So do not miss out and get those orders in because we got 36 minutes left. Not a lot of time.
Yeah, same board was saying he was just
Googling terms to
Googling them.
understand. Sam Borg, I'm so sorry, and to any new players, if we confuse you, if we lost you, we're so super sorry. We are trying to make it easier to understand, but yeah, we can definitely try our, some different terms as well to kind of help explain more things to keep it a little bit more simple. Sam, do apologize for that, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean I noticed. Sometimes we talk very light question, topics, and today because I want to answer that high end question and then answer about the, someone brought it up about the SIMA guns and all that kind of stuff. To be honest with you, SIMA, they build great AKs, but there are other contenders too. Like, Lancer, they build great AKs too. So you can't really say SIMA is the king of the AK anymore.
yeah.
You can't even say that about M4s because everybody pretty much built very decent M4s. We're just pointing out the obvious facts that their ETU do have issues.
No, yeah, I get it. Like they're not the only ones either. It's not like we're solely singling them out either. There have been a lot of other ETUs that have come out, that have been pretty lackluster or have been proven to be unreliable, or they may have issues. Whatever the case may be, they're not the only ones. But that is just one that we notice very often that people ask about. And that they constantly ask, oh, why don't you carry this? Why don't you, push more of this? And it's like, and there's a reason for it, man. Like, because we don't want to push something that's, very likely to break on you. That's the thing. We don't want people to have bad experiences, right? It is what it is, right? If it was better, then yeah, maybe we would. But at the end of the day, it doesn't, and we don't really want to push something that we don't trust, right? That's gonna last and give you a good experience airsofting. So there you go, right? But yeah,
we're gonna try to offer the MGC4 MK2 rails by itself, even the Mach 1, but the rail by itself. I already ordered it and just waiting for it to arrive. By the way, I believe Stitch and Brewer were asking about R15 receivers. They have it now.
Ooh.
Okay. Can you let them know?
Yes.
I know Stitch kind of came into the Discord the other day, and Brewer's still taking care of his baby.
Yes. Seabass he is recovering from what I hear. He is indeed recovering.
Mm-hmm. So Artur is almost king of QC.
I will say this. I'll give him credit. I definitely will give them credit in the sense that they are one of the few companies that I think, from what it seems like, really, really makes sure that they really are on top of their QC and puts attention to detail in the way they assemble their gearboxes. Whether or not I would consider them the king, it feels like that just makes, like, I don't want to automatically mean that they're the best, if that makes any sort of sense. Because literally, who's to say what other QC processes look like, right? Because Arcturus guns, while they are popular for sure and they're very well built, I don't know exactly what their QC also entails, right? We don't, unless we go to the factories, we're not going to know. We just don't.
Right. So, I don't know if you guys know that there are actually Chinese labs to go certify all this Chinese factory with their quality controls, and I think most of the factories do qualify for it. I can't say way back in the days. Oh, earlier somebody mentioned, like, what's the cheapest GBBRs, or do you guys recommend cheap GBBR? That's the one thing I would not recommend to go cheap, and that's the one thing that I would not recommend to go China yet.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. I'm with you there 100%. Gas blowbacks, you do not want to cheap out, man. Like, don't get me wrong, there are, like, quote unquote affordable, gas blowbacks that exist out there. And here's the thing, if you were just sticking with it, as a collector's piece, you wanted it like to look cool, or if you're just maybe even just playing in your backyard, then sure, I could see maybe you getting something like that. But if this was something that you were trying to get for performance, for reliability, I would not recommend skimping out on that. The minimum, and this maybe you can challenge us if you want, but I genuinely believe that the minimum that you should be spending on a gas blowback, either be like an SMG, right, or a rifle GBR, minimum is around the $300 price point and up.
Well, you can't really say that on the SMG part because, like for example, KWA do build good SMG and Force isn't terrible. They're affordable. I'm not gonna say they're the best. Okay. Now, what I was talking about are like the Western clones and the GHK clones. GHK is kind of like the Western quasi, like VFC. That there are two factions. Let me try to get it correct. The Western Arm, the DNA, and then there's the Tokyo Marine MWS DNAs. Okay, the reason why I call it DNA because they also change a lot of different stuff in it.
Yeah.
Now, right now there are three different manufacturers. Actually, there are four. Do not buy APS built GBBR. You're basically buying paperweight.
That brand is gone, ain't it?
Yeah, but there's still legacy guns out there. You know, SIMA, for it to sell for like $400 or $500. I don't know. I would much rather trust my money with the Tokyo Marui NWS instead of SIMA. Because the reason why I say this is, hear me out, guys. I think China has been building AEGs for the last 20-ish years. They should know how to build them now. They have all the tooling. They have all the little knickknacks and support to help them engineer one of the better AEGs, airsoft electric guns. Okay. However, GBBR is so new to them, they don't know shit about it. Okay. So back in the days when China first started making AEGs, the failure rates were so high. It's incredibly high. You will encounter the same thing buying first few years Chinese-made GBBR. I guarantee you.
That makes sense. I mean, gas blowbacks in general are still fairly new. Not every they are making more and more clones that are coming out or that are in the works right now. But as is right now, in just terms of what gas blowbacks you should be getting, I'm in agreement with you there. I would definitely say if you just want something that's tried and true, MWS for sure. There's plenty of parts for it that exist too, in case you did want to get it to start upgrading, if that was your thing, right? Unicorn makes some dope parts, and there's more and more stuff coming out for it. I mean, obviously, we've mentioned it before on the stream that we are going to be seeing some more MWS clones as well. Maybe Archwick. Right, maybe Archwick as well is going to be making their own version. Going to be very cool to see. If there was going to be, the MGC4 gas blowback, it would most likely be, a clone potentially of the MWS system.
So going back to the NWS system, I know Angry Gun is making. They do have their own the Reese. I believe it's Reese. Basically, the dev groups, like an SBR.
Oh, okay.
The SPR.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It retails at almost, I believe, 1,300 to 1,600. I could be wrong.
Damn.
That's crazy.
That's expensive.
The reason why it's so hard, so expensive. See, that is a little bit different than. It is Chinese made, China made, because they are from Shenzhen, which is next city to Hong Kong. Hong Kong, I don't consider them as a separate entity as China now, ever since 2019.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Okay, so that gun alone has a lot more CNC parts in it than It's kind of. Have you heard of the company Vipertech?
Yeah, way back in the day.
Yeah, they built the system. They built the Western. They have the Western Arm DNA. Okay, and they CNC quite a bit of parts in there. That's why they're expensive. That's why some batches are great, some batches are not so great. Because remember I mentioned to you, CNC, even though it's still, it's kind of like crafted, machine crafted, right?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it can be off by one hair of this batch.
That makes the world of difference.
Especially for GBBR.
Yes, it does.
Especially for GBBR. So as far as this is what I'm suggesting for you guys to listen. Still buy Tokyo Marine. If you want to upgrade it on some of the parts, but most of the parts should stand up fairly well. Don't cheapen out and buy the Chinese made guns yet. I will wait a couple years.
Okay, no, that's fair. I mean, you're right. The AEG has been around for so long. That's why we're kind of seeing a cap now in terms of performance. Like, what can you really do with an AEG anyway nowadays, other than like, oh, make it shoot faster, right? Like, that's not really something that's going to be a thing. Like, I think it will still always be an option for people, but I think right now we are definitely going to start seeing a lot more GBR innovation, a lot more GBR parts, a lot more clones of stuff, which I'm excited to see. I really, really am excited to see that Archwick one that you mentioned earlier, like in earlier streams. That one got me excited, man. That one got me really, really excited. I'm looking forward to that one.
I don't know when that's gonna come out.
Oh, I have no idea either. I wouldn't be surprised if it came out in 3 years. You know, like it's all conjecture right now, or in testing, you know, or conceptualization. So it's gonna be some time. I know it's not anytime soon. So.
So, yeah, my take on what I said earlier about the QC and all that kind of stuff. China factories, they know how to build AEGs. I somewhat trust their QC quality. But now, if you're talking about building anything gas related, you know, like I'll give you a prime example. When Jag Arms first come out with the scattergun,
yeah,
obviously you don't know it's Golden Eagle's OEM, right? They sucked. Remember?
I do remember.
They have gear leak. They have air leaks all the time. They have gas leaks.
It was one of two problems. It was the gas leak, or they just shot way, way too freaking hard. Like, you couldn't bring them anywhere. Even some outdoor fields. There were some that were shooting like 420 right from the get-go. It was insane. It was just not a good gun when they first came out.
It took them 2 batches to fix. 2 batches is about a year. So that tells you something, guys. Okay. Golden Eagle is based in China. I'll give you another prime example. Remember you and I saw that bunch of battle arms look-alike GBBR just laying at the warehouse? Oh,
yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing it was a pile.
Batch. Yeah, the pile. They're waiting. They all fail QC.
Jeez. Yeah, I remember like you said that. Yeah, and when you asked about it, like, yeah, they're all broken. Like, they don't work. Like, and it just seemed like they were just lying there. Like, no, they weren't trying to fix them. It was just there. Like, what the heck? Like, there's nothing that they can do with them.
Golden Eagle hasn't come. I'm pretty sure they won't fix it themselves because the labor is so expensive in the United States. They're gonna see like when are they gonna send some Chinese people over here to fix it? Treat it kind of like a vacation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what my 2 cents to you guys is: stay away from the GBBR. They're getting better at the gas blowback pistols. Okay,
that's true.
First, they're all horrible, and now they're getting better after a few years. GBBRs, they barely started this year or 2023. I won't even touch it. Wait a couple of years.
When they start coming out, like, you can bet that we're gonna be doing some like videos as well, just testing them out, seeing what they have so far. And don't be surprised if like the first batch that we get in, like, you know, maybe isn't up to snuff, or it has a few issues, right, or has a problem here or there. That's we fully expect that. That's within the expectations of what we're gonna see when they do eventually get released and come stateside. But again, that's just, you know, part of the evolution, right? Like, even back then, Airsoft was kind of the Wild West. You didn't always know exactly what it was that you were getting, right? So sometimes you were like, oh yeah, you know, this one looks cool, right? It looks awesome, but we didn't know. We didn't know what we were buying. We just were going like, oh, because it looks like the gun that we use in this video game, right? I wanted to get the SCAR. I wanted to get the MP5, whatever model it was. We just were going for what looked cool, right? We didn't know what the quality was going to be. It varied too, even sometimes.
I don't even know how to AK Radix. You're lucky. The Double Eagle Novisky. If we're talking about Hong Kong's failure rate, it was extremely high. So you probably got lucky.
You got the one that out of every
single
100
one is gonna break. I'm not saying that. Okay, I'm not saying that. Just like way back in the days, not every single Echo One were broken out of the box. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the failure rates are high. You know. So right now, I think the acceptable defected rate is less than 3% of total batch. I'm talking about airsoft guns, okay? I think GBBR from China is a lot higher than that 3%. I won't be surprised if somebody told me the failure rate is close to 25-30%.
That's really high. Which I mean, it's just maybe some people it doesn't sound that bad, right? Because they're like the people who don't know or like manufacturing, right? Where they're like, yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. It's less than 50%. It's like you don't want it anything more than like I don't know what like maybe point something percent, like 1% maybe. Like that's bad. That's already like a bad thing, right? So 20, 25, even close to 30, that's a really, really bad number to come across. Now, granted, if you got lucky, Acrobatics, hey, you know what? You buy a lottery ticket because, yeah, that's awesome that you were able to score out on that. But a lot of people will probably.
I'm not saying every single one's bad.
No, of course. But with 25, close to 25% roughly, that's still a high number.
Does airsoft hurt? Isaiah, someone's asking that.
Does airsoft hurt? Oh, I see. That's an interesting question from Satchet Glenn. Not too much. It stings, but it's not something that you can't shake off. You know, that's the best way I can describe it, Satchet Glenn. Have someone that you live with give you a real hard pinch on like some loose skin or something, and I mean like do a pretty hard pinch, but only for like a second. That's basically what I would compare it to. It stings, and it will sting a little bit after, and it also depends on how many times you got shot. Of course, right in the same spot, like simultaneously or continuously. But it's really not that bad at the end of the day. I would say if you can take a paintball, you can take an airsoft BB. It's not that bad.
I think paintball may hurt more.
Yeah, paintball hurts more. If you can take a paintball, you can take an airsoft BB, no problem.
Yeah. And also, it depends on how far you're getting hit on the airsoft gun. To say if you're out there at the very end of the effective range, let's say 240 feet ish, it probably just feels like someone throwing rocks at you. Not close, pebbles at you.
Sure. I could see that.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt anymore. It feels.
Like you feel it, like, oh, something touched me. That was probably a BB. Okay, I'm out, right? And that's it.
Yeah.
Right. Michael San Diego's asking, hey Isaiah, I saw the clip of the PC1. How was it? Hey, Michael San Diego, thank you for keeping up with our social media. Honestly, dude, that was fun. That PC1 is really, really
All right,
fun.
Explain that to everybody.
Okay.
This is how I coined it. It's not HPA. It's not spring power sniper rifle. It's not AEG. So
we Boaz and I filmed the table talk for that gun, and we coined a term for it. It is a what was the running joke that we did on that video? It was battery powered mechanical HPA bolt action sniper rifle, which when you say it like that makes it sound like way crazier. Okay, so like many HPA
HPA.
It's crazy. No. We didn't say AG. No, we didn't say AG. Battery powered. That's what I was saying because it takes me.
It's BP. So it's B battery powered.
Battery powered.
Mechanical M HPA.
It's just it's a freaking weird ass gun, man. Like, but it's cool. It's freaking cool, man. Like, okay, so bolt action, right? It is a sniper rifle. It is a bolt action. You are still required to manually cock the bolt back. However, it's not spring powered. You are manually compressing the air yourself every time you rack that bolt. It's a pneumatic system, right? Which does require the use of a battery plugged in. For some reason, it worked better with an 11.1 than a 7.4, which I normally wouldn't do. but we were just messing around with it because it seemed like it was kind of giving weird performance things with a 7.4. So weird thing about that, it performs better with an
no, it's
11.
11.1 recommended.
Yeah, we had to read that in the manual, but I don't know, it was weird. But yeah, it works better with 11.1. But it's got to be probably the quietest shooting gun that I've ever fired. Like it is insanely quiet. The weight on it is like almost nothing. It feels lighter than some Nerf guns or like some of like those Dart Blaster guns that we like. It's lighter than some of that. There's one gripe that I mainly have with it. It's got to be the magazines. Now, on the plus side, it's using a VSR 10 magazine, right? Which is cool because they exist already. Like there's plenty of VSR 10 magazines, and it should be interchangeable with its barrel assembly with aftermarket VSR 10 inner barrel. So you could swap out the current inner barrel and bucking for a one from Unicorn Airsoft, right? That would be like a match made in heaven. Right, it does seem to have pretty good range. We took it outside, right, and we were shooting across the street. You know how we normally tested like the SR25? Yeah, we did the same test, and it was actually hitting the fence on the other side. It was hitting the fence on the other side.
Oh, that's far.
Yeah,
that's close to 90 yards.
Yeah. No, here's the only downside is that we were testing it in heavy rain, so we wasn't doing it ever like super consistently. And the FPS itself actually is a lot lower than what we expected it to be. We were thinking it was going to be 500 because I believe that's what Boaz was quoted at when he went to SHOT Show. It's not actually at 500. On its highest setting, you're looking at about 400 and, oh God, what was it? 430, 440 FPS?
Yeah, but what weight of BB did you guys chrono at?
We were chronoing it with 2.0, right? But we needed to go ahead and we did the testing with a 4.3. We did a test with 4.
It may have jewel creep.
It may have jewel creep. Yeah, that's the thing. We didn't really test for jewel creep yet
because you don't know. I mean, it's not an AEG.
Yeah, it's not an AEG, so it's not gonna be the same. You can get hella jewel creep with HPA or gas blowback guns for sure. Like then that's the thing. We didn't really test that out because we were rushing to try to get this review done. But yeah, just by testing alone on our own time to see what sort of range we're looking at, it shoots far. It shoots pretty damn far, and I'm fairly confident in saying that if it weren't for the rain, we actually probably would have gotten more consistent results. It's hard to do it in this season because again, constant downpour, But I will say this, for the price, even though it is technically speaking a little bit more expensive, right? It is kind of worth it because you are getting. We didn't touch anything at the internals. And it's already shooting really solid. It's a very lightweight platform. It's unique, right? And it can still be upgraded should you choose to in the future. And again, just
it's a BPM HPA.
BPM HPA. I hate that. BPM HPA. Yeah, like it's crazy though. Like I am tempted to get one myself. I actually genuinely am because I'm not the biggest sniper guy, right? I'm not the biggest fan of snipers in general. But this gun makes it so much more convenient because again, we all know that like as a sniper, you have to carry essentially 2 guns on you. You can make the argument 2 primaries, a sidearm that is maybe capable of full auto or like some type of SMG, right? That you can carry around for mid to close range engagements, while the sniper is mainly only used for long range because with the sniper, you have that typically 100-foot minimum engagement distance, right? So being able to carry around something like the PC-1 that's way more compact, way lighter, makes it so much easier and more fun to kind of do like those airsoft sniping, like it's so much more fun with that. It's gonna make it a lot more fun, so I think it is worth it. And again, we have for everyone that is curious about the PC-1 Storm, we have them all available on the site. You know what, I'm gonna link them right now. I'm gonna link it for you guys right now. PC-1, there's different variations for it. We even have the carbon fiber mock suppressor available for it on the site as well, so I'll put that down in the live chat for all y'all to see. There you go. There it is.
So since we're very close to the end of the show, this is what I've noticed today. You're probably down about 25% viewership.
Ever since the strike, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So we definitely need everyone's help on, subs, likes, all that kind of stuff. Help us, put it on your Facebook, link it to the Facebook or whatnot. Just help us out on that. tell them the story about the strike, so maybe people knows the background story.
Yeah, no worries. So last week, as part of the regularly scheduled No Flightless live stream, same one as we're doing today, unfortunately, YouTube did take down the live stream and put a strike on us. So we were not allowed to go ahead and live stream for 2 days? Yeah, for about 2 days we weren't allowed to live stream. Pretty unfortunate. Apparently it was for violating certain guidelines that were in place, which we didn't. But unfortunately, we found out what it was. You found out that the title.
No. Stop right there. See, that's why Isaiah, sometimes you're so literal. We didn't find out anything. We're guessing.
This is I told the story already, but again, let me finish. You'll let me finish. You might be able to hear something you'll like. From what we've compared, the only difference that we had from that live stream to every other live stream that we've ever done that never got taken down was the title. So again, while it's not concrete evidence, it's more than likely that. It's more than likely that, but we're doing whatever it is that it takes so that way extra strides, so that way YouTube can find literally nothing wrong with our stream. We're not even playing, background music. I don't want to risk that. We're not even showing the website for the time being right now, because again,
I think this is what I think we should do. Tomorrow, okay? Let's say when you guys stream from work, right? Do how Jason recommended we should do different topics, do a newbie stream.
Sure.
Play those shorts from Reloaded.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what that does.
I can do that. Yeah. I mean, it's not a retail site.
My take on it is we're playing YouTube video now.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with any website we're showing what.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You get what I mean? So if that don't get us in trouble, maybe we're able to show the website again.
I would hope so, right? I mean, we've shown it before. That's the thing. We've shown it before, and it was never a problem beforehand. I don't know if I feel comfortable with showing off replicas in my hand yet.
No, you cannot. No, you just can't. That is a big no-no.
I remember you showing me. Was it? I forgot who it was. Who someone streamed another.
He didn't put it in his hand.
Oh. It was just in the background and just there next to him.
No, table. It was on the table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm guessing if we're able to play, shorts, it should be okay.
I'm hoping so. We've been able to show off shorts before. And it was never a problem ever. We've never had a problem with that. I think the only time we had a problem with us playing videos was when it was a full video and it was actual legit music that was copyrighted. That's when Cisco had a stream. I don't know if you remember. You were doing a karaoke impromptu stream, and you kept giving him suggestions. All right, do this song,
yeah,
right?
That's different. Yeah, but that one came back right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just had to reset it. So Michael is saying, what about other stream platforms? It's very unfortunate. Most of them are controlled by idiotic AIs.
It's the same. It's going to be the same thing, Michael. Believe it or not, even if I don't know if you would believe this or not, compared to all the big mainline streaming platforms that exist out there, YouTube is actually, was supposed to be one of the more laid back ones, which is one of the reasons why we went to it, and we already had a presence on YouTube, right? It just made more.
Can you show guns on Twitch? Probably not, huh?
No. Yeah, you can't.
Cosplay, right?
Yeah, you can't really. You can't really show them on Twitch, honestly, from what I can tell. Maybe not without some, because I've seen people live stream them playing Airsoft.
Oh, I know how we can prevent all this. Can you stream next time with an orange tip on your head?
On my head?
I'm kidding, okay?
It's just I'm dressed up like an actual gun. My head is the orange tip. Hey guys.
Even when we're talking about guns, we're still trying to obey the safety, guys.
Of course.
I'm talking to AI.
Yes. AI, please don't take the stream down. It sucks, man, because we used to be able to. I still pine for the days where I used to be able to just go on the range, right? People used to ask me, "Hey, can you show us this gun, right, or a gas blowback pistol? Do you got any M9s? You got any Glocks?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, man, give me a sec. I'll go to the pistol section, grab a few guns, load them up in the front, and I'll show people how to load up their magazines too. And I would just fire away. That way they can actually see for themselves what it sounds like, what it looks like when it shoots. That was cool. I genuinely miss when we used to be able to go out and do that. But you know what? It is what it is. Your house, YouTube. We try to follow your rules. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about that, man. That was
Let me ask you something.
okay.
Do you think YouTube will ban this? Let's say you're a chef and you're butchering a live fish or live chicken.
Fuck, that's a tough one. I don't know. I mean, if it was AI, they would probably be like, "Oh, this is." Damn it. Maybe it would be considered too gory. You know what I mean? Like it would be too much, and the AI might recognize that as like, "Oh, blood, knife, that's not good," and then they'll just take it away. Maybe they would. I don't know.
Right? That's how crazy. We're even considering this. I think it's crazy.
The fact that we have to ask all these like billion questions and we're like second guessing ourselves is insane. Like, why can't we just do it? It's like we're literally, it's not even cooking. We're literally showing off toys. We can't even do that. Oh, Prime Tech Custom says, you can show them on Twitch, but you can't show on-hand manipulation. I used to watch tech streams and recently watched first-person gameplay.
First-person gameplay, that means they're showing guns on the hand.
Yeah, that would be considered manipulation.
I know. So, I don't know. See, my question to you is very valid. I bet you, let's say, if obviously we won't do it, but, I'm pretty sure they do this, right? Back in Mexico, rural, even here, we butcher chicken. Right? Maybe we cut off the head or something like that.
Yeah, you go to any, like, if they're using, like, really, really fresh stuff, I mean, sometimes they might butcher the animal right then and there. Yeah, it's fine. It's hey, we all eat. We all gotta eat.
So is that okay?
It should be, but I don't know if it is.
So, streamer, can you ask YouTube AI that right now?
YouTube AI, is that okay for us to do? Can we show that? Or how about this? How about you give us a list of explicitly what we can and can't do? That, because that would make things a lot. I don't know about you.
Exactly.
That would make it a lot easier.
I was so afraid of streaming late last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't know what's gonna happen. Last thing. See, we got it back Thursday morning. We were afraid to stream Thursday night because we have no clue what happened.
It was a giveaway stream. We didn't want to risk it.
Yeah, imagine it got cut off.
Like, and the winner of the $500 shopping spree giveaway, and it has the freaking cuts off, turns to black. Stream has been taken down. Like, damn it. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is what he says. PrimeTech says the POV kind of tricks the system. Okay. So maybe if it's in first person, it doesn't really recognize it. But if they see a person, like the silhouette maybe of a person holding a gun or something that's shaped like a gun, they're like, okay, that's bad. But if it's just arms, then maybe they're like, oh, well, we can't really see a person holding it, so it should be okay. Maybe, maybe the AI's not there yet.
This is what I think about Twitch, though. I think you have to pay $4.99 monthly fee, right?
Do you? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you have to pay a small fee
to be able to chat.
Oh, okay. Huh. I don't know then.
Because I think some streamer they limit to like subs chat only or something like that. Mm-hmm. You have to sub to chat because I follow like one of the golf channel.
Sure.
And they do stream on Twitch, and I'm paying $4.99 a month. I don't even know why. I'm gonna cancel this soon.
I don't even know why I'm paying this.
Yeah, because all this, I thought it's just one time $4.99, but it's actually a recurring fee.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a monthly fee then, right?
Yeah.
Oy. Yeah, Prime Tech, exactly like that. That one SpongeBob episode revealing the secret formula just cuts off right at the reveal.
Yeah. No, that's what we're afraid of, and that's why we did a test stream on Friday.
Yeah.
You were just talking with no. We didn't put all items are airsoft toys replicas yet, right? Do we? We're just talking.
Not yet. Yeah, we were just talking.
And then on Monday we put it in, and today we're trying this. Tomorrow try the YouTube videos, see what happens. Show the like
all the how-tos from Cisco.
That.
Yeah, we're gonna show them all off.
Try that. If that works, then we can probably narrow down to we messed up on the title.
Yeah, I think you're right though. I think when you pointed that out, like that was the only thing that was different from everything else. I'm like, yeah, that probably was it. And looking back, I probably shouldn't have. I didn't think much of it because I wouldn't. It's the title. Like I would have thought, okay, as long as we're not showing anything off on stream, what does it matter? But I guess that makes a world of difference. We're gonna find out though tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll find out. At least we're trying on a Wednesday. If we get zucked, then we kind of know. All right, so we came and show video of guns. That means showing picture of guns is really out of the question, right? You understand what I'm saying?
No, of course, yeah.
Kind of like process of elimination.
That'll be the. If it turns out that we're okay, then that'll be the only factor that remains, and that'll be the determining thing. We'll have figured it out.
Yeah. Because I think it's much easier, especially for you, to type out recommendation on the stream. No, I meant like showing the website instead of putting in the chat.
Yeah.
It's like an additional step.
Yep. Oh, guys, it is now 9:31. You know what that means? That the promotion that we had going on right now, hopefully y'all were smart. Not too many people, unfortunately, took advantage of the promotion. But you know what? Hey, to everyone that did, big shout out to them because they got themselves extra entries, extra chances of winning the $1,000 shopping spree giveaway going on this Thursday. So big round of applause for all those guys and for everyone that did. Because again, y'all have the best odds right now of winning the shopping spree giveaway. But that doesn't mean that beginners and newer players don't have a shot at winning as well. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The last winner of the shopping spree giveaway was a first-time shopper as well, and you can be just like them and take home all the glory for yourself. All you got to do is
$5,400.
Yeah, he won $5,400. Absolutely insane.
Oh, there's a quick question.
Oh, what's up? Let's see.
Popping in for a quick question.
Generally Soldier, ask away. This will be the last question of the night. Ask away. Oh, Joseph Keane got himself a Cisco box. That's what I like to see, baby. That's what I like to see. Hell yeah.
All right, yeah. Hey, help us out. Hit that like, share the stream, please. Isaiah, I'm out.
Later, man. You have a good night.
All right, bye.
Bye. Generally Soldier, I'll give you like a minute left to go ahead and ask that question away. Right? Okay, I have KJW1911A1, and I've heard that I can use CO2 and green gas mags. Would you know the answer to this question? Yes. Don't do CO2. Are there magazines that exist out there that could it work with? Yes. Will it last for very long? No. I would not recommend. The system that it's based off of is based off the TM system. The TM system was not designed for CO2. It wasn't even designed for green gas technique. It was designed for duster gas. I get the question, right? CO2 is very cool. It's very awesome. I love the kick you get from CO2, but there are not too many guns out there that can realistically handle the pressure from CO2. KLI Baba Yaga 2. You got the the Jagarms 5.1 dual power, right? That's another great one as well. Elite Force 1911, that's a CO2 gun. Elite Force M9, that's CO2 as well. Those were specifically designed for it. Anything that's based off the TM system generally does not do very well off of the CO2 magazines, right? It doesn't do well with CO2. It just wasn't designed for it. One CO2 mag, it's cool, and will it work for a little bit? Sure. Yes, you can. Would I recommend it for a long period of time? No. I would recommend, honestly, stick with the green gas one. Stick with the green gas one, right? Stick with the green gas ones. That's what I would recommend. All right, guys, that is going to be the end of the live stream. Again, big shout out to everyone that actually joined in on the live chat as well. You guys make it so much more fun for us to do these live streams. I love being able to hang out with all of you. I love being able to go and hang out with every member of the Mayo Gang. And it means the world to me that y'all decided to spend your free time hanging out with myself and Boss Man. Again, we're going to be going live again tomorrow. We're going to be doing sort of another hangout sesh. Cisco's going to be in, so we'll be able to go out and stream together. It'll be super fun. But yeah, we'll be playing some of his videos as well, and we'll find out whether or not that was actually the main reason for the stream being taken down. So We'll find out what it is. All right, guys. Big shout out to everyone. Big appreciation to everyone. Make sure to like and share this live stream around with as much people as possible. Again, let people know there's plenty of opportunities to get extra entries into this week's $1,000 shopping spree giveaway. My name is Isaiah, and I'll see you guys all